Psychology tricks that I learned in my general psych class last year that I know work because I use them. People tend to get really uncomfortable in silence, and they subconsciously try to fill this by talking. This works especially well if you're in a verbal altercation with somebody and they're kind of being an ass. Just don't say anything. Let themselves dig a deeper hole and listen to the word vomit spew out of their mouth. You can tell which one of your friends likes who by just paying attention a little bit more. If you're in a group and something funny happens or somebody tells a joke, people tend to be laughing while looking at the person they like most. I also want to apologize in advance if you do this and you notice that nobody's making eye contact with you. This last one helped me out a lot when I worked in customer service. If somebody is yelling at you or being a dick, just be like, excuse me, you have a little something in your teeth. This makes them feel very self-conscious and it stops them in their tracks every time. If you guys like this, I'll do a part 2. Part 2 of psychology tricks that I know work because I use them. You know how a joke ceases to be funny the more you have to repeat it? You can actually use this to your advantage. Let's say you're in a group, somebody's making fun of you and you don't like it, just be like, what? And they'll repeat it and be like, I'm so sorry, what'd you say? I didn't hear that. And they'll say it again. By the 3rd or 4th time, nobody's gonna be laughing at their joke anymore. If you're at a house party and you got a drink in your hand, don't hold it up here by your chest. Try to hold it more down towards your hip. This will make you seem more open and confident, and people will be more willing to come up and talk to you. I am a very awkward person, and I've been making embarrassing videos of myself online for a very long time, so I unfortunately have to remind myself of this a lot. If you're ever cringing at something embarrassing you did years ago, stop yourself and try to remember something humiliating that somebody else did. You probably can't, so this more than likely means that nobody remembers that one time in junior year where you unironically pronounced the word memes instead of memes. If you guys still like this, I'll do a part 3. Psychology tricks that I know work because I use them, part 3. If you look or stare at somebody's lips in conversation, it's going to make them think that you're interested in them. But if you look at their forehead, it's going to make them feel really intimidated and really uneasy. Please use these wisely. Don't go around making people feel weird for no reason. So, I'm not saying that it's okay to lie, because it's not. But if you ever need somebody to believe a lie that you're trying to tell them, go ahead and slip in an embarrassing detail about yourself. This will work every time, as long as you say it with confidence and the lie's believable in the first place. This last one I use in customer service all the time. If you made a mistake or something's taking a really long time, do not apologize or say, I'm sorry to the customer. Instead, thank them and say something along the lines of like, thank you for your patience. This takes the focus off the error that happened and then puts praise on them for even having to put up with you, which usually puts them in a better mood than just saying, I'm sorry. Part 4 coming soon. I am completely out of flames, but I still wanted to make part 4 of psychology facts that I know work because I use them. If you're walking and you're in a hurry, just stare straight ahead at where you're going. People will get out of your way. I use this trick when I'm riding around campus on my Heelys. I just stare straight ahead, not making eye contact with anybody, and it works. If you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody and you hand them something, they're gonna take it, and it's super funny because they don't realize it. Same with the other way. If they have something in their hand and you stick out your hand, they're gonna give it to you and not know why. Smiling can literally change your life. Smile at the bartender, you're gonna get a drink faster. Smile at your coworker, they're more likely gonna take that shift trade request. Smile at your kids, they're gonna feel loved. Smile at your partner, they're gonna wonder what they did to make you so happy. Smile at me, I'm gonna smile back. Smile at everyone you meet. Smile in the mirror sometimes and you're gonna feel better. By the way, it blows my mind how many of you guys enjoy these videos, so I mean, as long as you guys keep watching and keep liking them, I'm gonna keep making them. Psychology tricks that I know work because I use them, part 5. False attribution of arousal is a real thing. If you're going on a first date with somebody, go somewhere exciting that's gonna get their heart pumping. It's gonna make them think that they like you more, like a roller coaster or a horror movie. Don't do anything boring. I use this next trick when I worked in sales because it works. People tend to trust you a little bit more if you mirror their body language. It's weird that we work this way, but don't go overboard with it. Just kind of subtly like do the same hand gestures they're doing. You're gonna get a sale, they're gonna like you a little bit more. If you just met somebody and you want them to like you, you want them to be your friend, but you're not sure how to go about that, just use their name in conversation. Again, don't go overboard with this, but it does build a sense of trust and friendship like right off the bat. It's a lot more personal to say, bye Mark, instead of just bye. Psychology tricks that I know work because I use them, part 6. If you're ever nervous about something, chew gum. It'll trick your brain into thinking you're relaxed because we're wired to think that we're safe while we're eating. Don't chew gum in the middle of an interview, an audition, or like a date or something, but use it beforehand to calm your nerves. You can tell a lot about somebody by their feet. If you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody and they're facing you, congratulations, they want to be there. But if they're turned away, like they're not, their feet aren't facing you, they want to leave, they want this conversation to end right now. Stop letting people interrupt you. It's making you seem weak. Your words matter. So if somebody tries to interrupt you, don't stop talking. Don't even try to talk louder. Talk in the same pace, volume, and tone that you were before. They're gonna feel awkward and shut the fuck up. I have a feeling you guys know what I'm about to say. Psychology tricks that I know work because I use them. Part 7, yeah! If you're doing something that you don't want to get caught for, like you don't want to be seen, don't look at the person or the people you're trying not to get caught by, if that makes sense. Eye contact subconsciously makes us aware that people are looking at us, so if you don't make contact of the eyes, you're more than likely not going to get caught. When you first meet somebody, try to notice the color of their eyes. This moment that it takes to do this is the perfect amount of time to show them that you're polite and interested, but not enough time for it to come off as creepy. Plus, they're gonna like you a little bit more. If you want somebody to agree with what you're saying, nod while saying it. This subconsciously tricks their brain into thinking what you're saying is a fact. This works especially well in job interviews. Part 8 is coming soon, so you should definitely follow me if you haven't already. I mean, come on, I'm fun to be around. Psychology tricks that I know work because I use them. Shoot for the stars, you guys. If you ever want something from somebody, make sure you make your original offer ridiculously high. That way in the compromise, you get the actual number that you want, whether you're trying to sell something to somebody and you just want a good price, or if you just want your kids to eat more vegetables. If you know that somebody doesn't like you and you want to change that, ask them for a really small favor. Ask them to borrow a pen or something. Initially, if they don't like you, they're not going to want to give you the pen, but it's such a small favor to ask that they're going to do it anyway. And for some reason, in their mind, it's going to trick them into thinking that you're not that bad. Make sure you get the pen back though, because I don't like people that take my pens. So, you know how people tend to remember the beginning of things and the end of things way more than the rest of the things? If you want to be more memorable and stand out in somebody's mind, you can use this to your advantage. If you ever have a job interview, try to be the first or last one. If you ever go on a date, make sure it's at the beginning of the day or the end of the day. You're gonna make a much stronger impression on them. Psychology tricks that I know work because I use them, part 9. To avoid procrastination, you need to be able to do the things you need to do in your head before you can do them in the physical world. And one great way to do this is to think about the thing you need to do step by step right before you go to sleep. That way when you wake up, everything's already planned out for you. You just gotta do it. If you're ever negotiating with somebody, whether it be on the price of a car you're trying to buy or the salary for your new job, or if you're just trying to figure out who does what chores, always flinch on the very first, sometimes the second offer. A flinch can be like a small wince, a sigh, or just an eye roll. It is guaranteed to get you a better deal. When you're in a conversation with somebody who will not stop talking or let you get a word in, try dropping something like your keys or a pen or something. This will interrupt them for that split second and give you a chance to say what you want to say. Welcome to part 10 of psychology tricks that I know work because I use them. Did you know that colors affect your mood a lot? Cool colors like blue, green, and purple can make you feel more relaxed and slow you down a bit, but warm colors like red, orange, and yellow can make you feel more aggressive and impulsive, which is really good for sports teams and why you always end up overpaying at Target for some reason. They can also make you really hungry, which is why companies like McDonald's, Wendy's, KFC, In-N-Out, Domino's all use these in their logos. If you take more note about the colors around you and how they make you feel, it's going to give you a leg up in taking control of your own emotions. Countless studies have shown that if you listen to classical music or really any music that doesn't have lyrics in it while studying, your grades will improve. Seriously, just do it. I personally listen to lo-fi hip hop, but you can throw on some Bach or Mozart if you want to. I'm not here to judge you, man. I'm just trying to help you pass your test. So I have one more trick. I usually do 3, but I've ran out of time. So I'm gonna make a part B to my part 10, so keep an eye out for that. Psychology tricks, part 10B, that I know work because I use them in my school bathroom, and we're just gonna hope that nobody walks in. Somebody walked into the bathroom, so we're going to a new one. Are you the type of person that gets that itch to buy a brand new phone every single year, even though you know it's gonna break your bank and you have a perfectly fine working phone to begin with, but you just love the feeling of getting a new phone? Try this instead. Try replacing your phone case every once in a while, that way you get a new feel. Also, replace the screen protector every time it gets gross or dirty or cracked, because there's two brands. There's Zag and Armor Edge that have lifetime warranties, which means every time you want to get a new one, you can. You just have to have your receipt and then you can go and replace it for free. I've been doing it for years, and yes, I did change bathrooms again because somebody walked in and I'm an awkward piece of shit. One last thing you can do to scratch that itch and trick your brain into thinking you got a brand new phone is actually replacing the battery every time your battery health gets past like 80%. It's $40. I'd highly recommend it. You get basically another year out of your phone. I've had this thing since junior year of high school. I'm a junior in college now. Works perfectly fine.